Hello and welcome back to What's the Story? I am Dan Kennedy and I am joined by IGOR YUZOV from the band Red Elvises.
Yeah.
Thank you, my friend, for taking the time.
And this is Igor, but
Igor.
you can call me Igor. It's okay. It's like Frankenstein movie. Call me Igor.
Igor, all right. So, just for fun, how many languages do you speak?
Not that many.
Not that many?
I speak more or less English and Russian, but also I know bunch of things like in Ukrainian, a little bit in Polish, a little bit Spanish, a little bit.
Can you give
German.
me a couple swear words in Ukrainian?
No, I don't like cursing.
No
I don't like
cursing.
cursing.
Okay,
you know the rules: no cursing and no jazz music in the van.
All right. So growing up in the Soviet Union, you were restricted to what you got as far as Western media. Do you remember the first rock and roll music that you heard and how it affected you?
Probably it was Beatles. Yeah, I just went and say my older brother had, he was a big Beatles fan, and Beatles, Rolling Stones, I went crazy right away. I was like, it's a disease.
Okay. And before you immigrated here, you served 3 years over in the Soviet Union military. That's correct?
Thank God it was only 2 years.
2 years, okay.
But it was more than enough.
What branch of the service did you serve in?
It was called kind of like construction too. So pretty much the construct things, build whatever needs to be built.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So if you hadn't immigrated here to the United States, would you be playing music right now?
I probably would, but it's hard to say, I still was playing music there, and, a bunch of my friends still playing there, but it definitely maybe could be a little bit different style, because living in California definitely changed my approach to music, and it's like I got more into surf music after living in California, more into rockabilly. There I was more like to classic rock, probably more.
All right. And can you briefly tell the story of why your band is named after Elvis Presley?
Okay. One day I fell asleep and Mr. Presley came into my dream and told me to call the name Red Elvises, and who am I to argue with the king?
Hey,
so I was like, hey, thank you.
All right,
sir.
and because you have modeled yourself somewhat after the king, you wear these flashy costumes.
Yeah, I thought that guy has a great taste of fashion, and I was like, I want to be like that.
And the other thing that you are just widely known for is your big red triangle balalaika. Where did that come from?
Actually, it's a traditional Russian instrument, but we kind of made an electric version of it. And it's just kind of making fun. When I first time saw, balalaika, I was like, what the hell is that? Who the hell wants to play that? But, with the years, it's like, oh, we'll keep it in the band. It's so ridiculous. And then it's like, yeah, we'll keep it in the band.
So it's not often that I get to interview someone who has invented an entire new subgenre of music, which you have, the Siberian surf rock. How did you come up with your style?
It's really weird. I actually not even from Siberia, I'm from Ukraine, but some guy made a joke and wrote an article and he called it Siberian surf, and it kind of just stuck, it's like, okay, it's funny, but just, all these influences which I experienced through my life. It's rock music and also lots of eclectic music from my hometown, Odessa. It's like klezmer music, Jewish music, Ukrainian music, Russian, Greek, Moldavian music, and, adding with like rock beats, rock and roll, surf music beats. That's what happened.
It all comes together in your own unique sound.
Thank you.
And that unique Siberian surf rock sound was used to shape the movie Six String Samurai.
Oh yeah.
How
definitely.
did you come to record that cult classic soundtrack?
It's weird. They actually we recorded the songs, and the guys liked, and they pretty much almost all the sound. They just pulled the songs, and actually they were writing the scenes listening to our music. So it's it's kind of a joke. It's like not we wrote the soundtrack; they actually wrote a movie to our music, so that's why it fits so well. So yeah, those guys did a great job. Yeah, I really, people love that cult movie, and I'm very grateful to the guys that they came up with the idea.
Yeah, that's a great movie. I love it. I've owned it myself several times. So over the last 30 years of this band, you have seen several lineup changes. Who is on the road with you right now?
It's changing all the time. Yeah, I have a relative, they've been with me for about a half a year. Yeah. I have Tony Pudokai on drums. He's a South San Francisco native. I have Shannon Tobin on bass. He's from LA. And I have a brand new guy. This is his third show tonight. Peter Grebenyuk. He is from Kansas City. So
from all over.
Yeah, people from all over the place.
All right. So you've traveled all over the world touring. When you are touring in Ukraine or Russia, do you sing in English or do you sing in Ukrainian?
I do have, mostly I sing in Russian because I'm from Eastern Ukraine. Most people speak Russian there. But we do some stuff in Russian and in English, maybe half and half. Yeah.
All right. And how has your war in Ukraine affected you directly?
Oh man, it's hard to talk about it. It's so horrible what's going on there right now. I don't want to get into details because it's going to be a miserable video, so it's very hard to talk about.
How do you separate yourself from it to focus on music? You can't.
It's hard. Yeah, it's pretty much. I'm listening to the news every day. And no matter how hard I tell myself not to do it, it's really hard. But I still stay in touch with my friends there, and just hopefully it's gonna end soon. The sooner the better.
All right. Well, I just want to say thank you to Igor.
Thank you.
Thank you to you for watching. Leave us your comments below. Let's have a great conversation about the Red Elvises. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.